to make something very clear. I don't want this to be... Don't let this twist the reputation of ball pythons. Because I genuinely think either there's something going on with her, or it's something that we've done, or maybe it was just a fluke, I don't know, but I don't want to let this give ball pythons a bad name, because they make wonderful pets, and as I said, up until this point, she's been so gentle, but you know, there is that small chance, no matter how gentle they are, that you will get bit one day, and that's just the chances you take with a pet like that, so. You gonna move around at all? Just content to be a ball? It's like I'm a pretzel. No snake here, just a pretzel. Snake? What snake? Just a pretzel. Look at that tongue. I'm gonna miss you. We're gonna find you a good home. Someone that has more time for you. Someone who can take you out to play a little more. Not that you're particularly fond of exploring. Come on. Okay, this is a first. She has bitten my knee. In her defense, I think it was totally my fault. I moved suddenly, and I'm gonna say this, I've been afraid of getting, like, I've never expected Karma to be a biter. And I can feel that she's biting me. However, it hurts a hell of a lot less than I thought it would. Honey, can you please let go? Oh, what do I do, guys? You see that trick in, like, nature shows of pinching their jaw, but what if she latches to my hand? The hand is a much bigger problem than me. I think, like, as masochistic as it sounds, I think I'm just gonna sit here until she lets go. Honey, you can't eat my knee. Honey, just let go. Just let go. People are gonna think I'm really freaking crazy. Okay, I've gotta do something about this. Sweetheart, now we're gonna have to put this on your adoption resume. Okay, well, this is quite the vloglings. Not at all how I intended to start this. And yes, I'm crying. Quite a lot. I like to, I don't like to sugarcoat things, so yeah, I'm gonna show the nitty-gritty. And I'm not crying for the reason some people might think, or that some people might logically cry after that happens. Like, yeah, it's a little bit of adrenaline, and obviously I'm not happy that I got bit, but I don't feel betrayed by her. A lot of people would be upset because they would feel, like, betrayed by their animal, or think that, like, I don't know, like, they broke the bond between them. And the reason that I'm crying, though, is, as I was talking a little bit about before the incident, and I did catch the bite on camera the moment she struck, but I'm choosing not to share that part. I don't know what I'm gonna show. I mean, I did. Well, you'll know what was shown by the time you're watching this. The reason that I'm so upset is I'm kind of afraid that it's partially our fault, because the past little while we haven't had really time to take her out and let her do her own thing and stuff, and I love all my animals, and I want to give them all the best, and we haven't been giving her the best lately, and I feel really bad, and I feel almost guilty that, maybe her temperament is changing because we haven't had enough time for her lately, and that's exactly why I was taking pictures of her, to try and find a new home for her, for someone that does have enough time to take care of her properly. I mean, we've been taking care of her fine, but we haven't been taking her out, she hasn't been socialized, and she's normally just so sweet, and now I'm afraid that it's going to be really hard to find someone to take her who will actually care about her, and I'm afraid of having to, like, give her to a shelter or something. And when you're rehoming a snake, you have to tell them if they've bitten before, and before this, the only time she's bit was an accident, and even though it was slightly provoked by me moving my knee, it was obviously intentional. And when you're rehoming a snake, you gotta tell people that that's happened, and if we give her to a shelter with that history, she's gonna end up getting put down. She doesn't deserve that. I just feel like it's my fault, or our fault, because she's our snake, but we should have given her to a new home that had more time for her a long time ago. I feel like either it's our fault or her mind is slipping, because she's been a little bit off, like, I don't know if it's neurological or if it's her eyesight. She's been having a really hard time locating her food, and she struck out and hit one of the cage walls once, which is weird, but so I don't know. And usually, like, she's gone into strike pose when we go into her tank before, and that's sort of like a warning, I don't want you in here right now, go away, and we'll retreat, and then she'll go back and do her own thing, but she didn't pose. There was barely a pose to it. It was just, she just struck. There was no warning, and when I was, like, she was trying to constrict, and if she had gotten my hand, I don't know what I would have done, because it was my knee and my knee was folded, she wasn't able to wrap around my leg, but if she had gotten my hand, I don't know what I would have done. And I guess that's kind of my fault, because I've never really looked into how to properly get a snake off from biting you. Most people watching this are probably like, you're crazy, you feel bad for the snake that just bit you. But I do. She was always so gentle. I know it might seem like I'm overreacting a little bit, but I take every life that's in my care very, very seriously, and it's not easy for me when I feel like I've failed them. That's the problem with life. But if you're wondering what it feels like, it feels just like a shot, like you get at the doctor's. That's what it feels like. Only the shot doesn't, like, hold on to your leg. And it is a little sore, but I honestly expected it to hurt so much worse, but it doesn't. I cleaned it out really good. And I know that this looks terrifying, like, oh my god, what happened? This is just, I'm all using the gauze pad because I ran out of band-aids. Because I've been treating our bearded dragon. He has a little issue going on. You know what's weird? I've been bit by him, and getting bit by him hurt a lot worse. Probably because he has, like, little razor blade teeth. Excuse our messy floor. No matter how, like, it does need to be cleaned, it's genuinely dirty, but even after you mop it and scrub it, it still looks dirty. Don't get white floors. Not that it was our choice, but... Oh, God. But I want to make something very clear. I don't want this to be... Don't let this twist the reputation of ball pythons. Because I genuinely think either there's something going on with her, or it's something that we've done, or maybe it was just a fluke, I don't know, but I don't want to let this give ball pythons a bad name, because they make wonderful pets, and as I said, up until this point, she's been so gentle, but you know, there is that small chance, no matter how gentle they are, that you will get bit one day, and that's just the chances you take with a pet like that. So I don't want this to skew the reputation of pet snakes in any way. I still care about her very much, and that's actually the reason why I'm so upset. If it were just because I got bit, I'd be a lot less upset. I would have been done doing this whole blubbering by now, but I'm really afraid for her future, and really disappointed in myself, so. Okay, let's do something happier. Okay, well, today we're gonna go on a bit of an adventure, just small adventure. We are going to go see our new house, because we are moving, so we're gonna go do that, yeah. Where's that bunny? Where's that bunny? Bunny. Dora. Pandora. She's either sleeping or ignoring me. No, downstairs is ours. Yep, the downstairs is ours. The big room at the front is ours. Okay. Yep. You want me to go first, buddy? This was like a ceramic tile before. It's just what this is in the last couple days. So we are home. We've been home for a while, actually, but getting around to doing some painting now. Get back in there. Get. don't know if you can see it, but there's some ratty old felt that I'm throwing it out, and I just stuffed it on top of the garbage can, being lazy. Instead of opening the top and putting it in, I just stuffed it on top, and it just fell off all over the floor. I've kind of like stopped caring about the cleanliness of things around here, because we're moving out in 2 weeks, so screw it. Chuck it in the effort bucket. That sounds a lot funnier when you can actually say the word, because then it rhymes. I got that from one of my project teammates in high school. I was working on a project with them, and things weren't going the way we planned, and I was getting stressed out, and she was really good, and she's all like, well, sometimes in life you just gotta chuck it in the effort bucket and keep on trucking. And I was like, okay. Awesome. Very few times I was grouped in a group project with someone that actually got me, someone I didn't want to like get away from immediately. There was that girl, and then there was the team I was grouped with for film class. We got along pretty well. There's people that you'll meet in high school, and it's like you're not really friends per se, and you don't really talk to them afterwards, but they kind of leave an impact on you somewhat. You know, for me, I had so few friends in high school. It's like, anyone who was remotely nice to me and wasn't like, there's that weird girl again, left some sort of an impact. Anyways, we've got Miss Nicole here. Getting another layer of hair. Ah, crap, you moron. You didn't want to do another layer of black. You wanted to move to brown. You were using black for an underbase. I started to use black for a base to my brown hair if I want it to be like a nice, like chocolate brown color, because if you just use the brown, it tends to turn a little bit like, it tends to turn to a very light brown with a bit of an auburn tone to it. So using black as a base and an accent color. But this mom wants brown hair, so I'm going to move to brown over here. And that's why you bake between layers. Well, not just that. If you didn't bake between layers, then you wouldn't create a hair look. You would just keep moving paint around, and it would never look right. But that's another reason you bake between layers, because you can then brain fart, squirrel. You can then, if you mess up, you can then erase it without taking off all the work you did underneath. yeah, my footage for the house wasn't the best, just because the landlord and some guys were there working on it, and I felt like it would have been a little bit weird walking around the house, like, blatantly filming it, but you'll see plenty of it later. Okay, well, it's getting pretty late, so I should probably start wrapping this up here, thinking about, editing it, getting it up. But I've been mixing some colors for the fantasy fairy baby I've been making. Wanted to experiment with some new fantasy colors, some more out there, brighter colors that you wouldn't use anywhere on a normal baby. So, and because of the whole, on the last video I made, I was mixing this color, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so pretty. It's so sparkly, and all of a sudden it just came to my brain, this is what unicorn tears look like. I really wish that the camera would pick up the sparkle in it, but it won't. Okay, you're getting a tiny bit there, but I don't think I'm ever going to be able to capture the full extent of it on camera. Like, it is so pretty. Anyways, because I decided to name it Unicorn Tears because of that little, I don't know, epiphany I had there, I've decided to name all my fantasy colors something weird. So, I made this sort of like tealy bluish color, and it kind of looks like a dark robin egg, so put robin's egg on the top of that, and then butterfly smoothie, because I was like, this is so pretty, it kind of looks like a monarch butterfly got crushed up, which is terrible, but that's the first thing that came into my head. It's like, it looks like a monarch butterfly got put in a blender, so it's a butterfly smoothie. And again, that has the really pretty pearl shimmer fantasy effects paint by McPherson's. So I'm planning to use these as like mottling layers for some fantasy babies. And the best thing about fantasy babies is, like, I have a rough idea of what I want her to look like and what direction I'm going in with her, but I can just sort of feel out what I want her to do as she's progressing. So I've got her mottling started. She's got some red mottling, and then she got some of the unicorn tears mottling a little bit ago. She's starting to look a little bit sparkly. Okay, well, anyways, I gotta go get this baby in the oven so we can continue working on her hair, because she needs to be done and go home to her mom soon. And I need to edit this video, so thanks for watching this vlog, and keep living the frogling's life, and, stay tuned for all of the craziness that's going to be involved with moving us out of here soon. Anyways, that's all for now. See you tomorrow. Bye.